Dad and I have been talking about going to Istanbul for months. So in November of 2019, we set off. He flew in from Adelaide on his way to a trade fair in Amsterdam, and I flew in from Stuttgart, where I was doing my exchange. We had 3 nights to see the city. We only really saw a fraction of what the city had to offer, but this is what we did see. Now, just a quick disclaimer. This is pre-COVID, this was filmed in 2019, so you won't see anyone wearing masks or social distancing, which to be honest can feel a little bit strange, but I just wanted to let you guys know and to remind you all to stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands and social distance. Anyway, enjoy!
Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
Good morning and welcome to Istanbul. Our game plan for this trip was to see as much history as the city had to offer, and what a better way to start than to wake up next to the Hagia Sophia. Smile, Dad. After breakfast, we walked to the Hagia Sophia and we visited her sister, the Blue Mosque, both of which were absolutely incredible. The interior of the mosque is lined with over 20,000 blue tiles, which give it its name, and these tiles formed flowers and trees and abstract patterns all across the ceiling. My dad, the shutterbug. Our wanderings through the city led us to a sweet shop where we indulged in Turkish baklava and salep, a thick sweet milk drink. There was another stop for something savoury, this time a Turkish sausage pide, and of course a quick Turkish coffee to perk us up before heading into the Basilica Sistine. Built in the 6th century CE by Emperor Justinian I, the cistern is the largest of the ancient cisterns in the city and is capable of holding 80,000 cubic metres of water. By the time we emerged from underground, it was golden hour. Golden hour in Istanbul is something else, but instead of trying to describe it, I'll let you see for yourself. After a quick dinner, it was off to bed, ready for another day. Our first stop on our second day was Topkapi Palace. Construction on the palace began in 1456, and throughout the 15th and 16th centuries, it served as the residence of the Ottoman sultans. The palace grounds are home to the Byzantine church, the Hagia Irene, and the church itself is almost in ruins. It's one of the few churches in Istanbul that have not been turned into mosque, mostly because it was used by the Ottomans as an arsenal for storing weapons. Nevertheless, very little iconography typical of Byzantine churches remain, having been whitewashed over. Nowadays, the church is a tourist attraction and is sometimes used for choir concerts. It's eerie and peaceful inside. Further inside the walls of the grounds was the actual palace, and even though it rained on and off the whole day, it was packed. The palace itself was gorgeous, set atop a mountain overlooking the Bosphorus. The autumn leaves of the gardens framed everything you saw, and naturally there was cats everywhere. Hello! So we're like just here. This is where the palace is, I'm pretty sure. This is the Golden Horn, and that's the Bosphorus. What did you think of the palace?
I thought the palace was ridiculously extensive.
And of course, what trip to Istanbul would be complete without seeing the Hagia Sophia up close? It was literally right next door to the palace. A church turned mosque, turned museum, turned mosque again, the Hagia Sophia was built in 537, making it more than 1,000 years old. We spent hours here. Eventually the sun went down and we wandered into the city to find some food, and boy, did we find it. Sofranda? A massive platter of meat and a few glasses of wine later, we headed back to our hotel. We got up early for our last full day to check out the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and biggest covered markets in the world, with 61 streets and over 4,000 shops filled with all sorts of characters and goods.
Just happened about your watch.
Well, I was offered by a storekeeper to sell my watch to him for a price that was as yet to be determined. I started for the whole contents of the shop. As you can see, we didn't do a deal. He's wearing a suit and tie on.
He's wearing the Liberal suit.
He's wearing the blue tie.
Oh my god.
So was he Prime Minister then?
Dad spent his last liras.
We then went out to find lunch, which we enjoyed from this beautiful rooftop, during which time we made a plan to try and find the chain that hung across the Golden Horn and the sarcophagi of the Emperor. This naturally led us to one of the many museums in Istanbul.
It's over here. Okay.
Here we have sarcophagi of 3 emperors.
These?
Byzantine emperors. We're trying to identify
Like who they are?
who they are. This purple stone indicates royalty.
And while we didn't find the chain across the Golden Horn because its exhibition space was being renovated, we did see many, many cats and a lot of beautiful artefacts. For our last dinner in Istanbul, we sat outside one of the many restaurants, drinking raki, eating and laughing. After heading to the airport, it was time to say goodbye.
So I just saw Dad off at his gate. I've got maybe, what's the time? Got maybe 15 minutes, half an hour before I have to board. Yeah, that's the end of Turkey.
That's all I really have for you guys today. Let me know what you think. It was just kind of nice to go through some old footage and relive travelling, which is something we can't really do these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys next time.